guys, welcome to my channel. This is Emmy. So for today's video, I thought I'd just take you guys along the religious store, close by us, finally called to tell me that the Ignatius Study Bible, Old and New Testament, just came in, and it's only the leather version that they have right now. So that's what I'm going to be picking up, and my husband's driving me right now. So yeah, so I just thought, and that's my daughter at the back. I thought I'd just take you guys along. Really excited to get it. All right, here we go. Okay, so here it is. This is just the box, so I'll do a proper flip through when I get home. But finally, yay! Okay, so I'm actually filming this the day after I actually bought the book, because I thought I would just peruse it before I actually do this flip through with you guys, so that this video doesn't take like 2 hours. Okay, so anyways, here it is. So it comes like this, like the leather version anyway, when I picked it up from our store. And yeah, so it's not really a box, it's more like a sleeve, I would say. And what you do is just slide it out. Ta-da! And here we are. I actually really like this shade of blue. It's different from the shade of blue on the box. It's actually really almost like black, right? So it's very dark blue. And I guess some of you have already seen the cover if you're watching this video, because I'm sure everyone who's watching this right now is probably someone who's interested in this Old and New Testament version. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna compare it right now to the other complete study Bibles I have. So this is the Catholic Study Bible, just so that you can see how thick this baby is. Not just in size, but look, this is the Catholic Study Bible. And just to compare the size, there you go. This is the Great Adventure Bible. Wait. Like everything looks so tiny beside this Ignatius Bible. And in terms, oh my gosh, in terms of weight, I think the only kind of close rival I have in terms of size and weight is this one. And this is the, let me show it to you guys, the Revised New Jerusalem Bible that I have. So, but yeah. So obviously, the reason why this is thicker, aside from all the notes that it has, which I will talk about later, is because of the paper. So the paper on this one, even though, you know what, let me show the New Testament. So this is the New Testament Study Bible from Ignatius. Oh, let me take out my bookmark. All right, so it's like a baby. Oh my god, I don't know if I can fit the whole thing in the camera, because it's on a small desk as well. But anyways, so there you go. This is still a lot bigger, as you guys can see. And the reason this is thicker, obviously, is because, I mean thicker than the other ones, is because of the paper quality. So let me just say off the bat, this is a lot thicker than New Testament Study Bible from Ignatius. I don't know the GSM, so this video is not going to be technical. But yeah, obviously though, even just by feel, you can kind of tell. I could tell that this is a lot thicker than this one, but it is still a pretty substantial paper. It's, I think, for me anyway, it's still thicker than the paper from the New Jerusalem Bible. Like, yeah. So it, in terms of GSM, and the closest I think in terms of paper quality that I would compare this to is the oh my goodness, let me just take out the cover. This is the Great Adventure Bible. Yeah, I mean, they're not published from the same, it's not the same publishing company, obviously, and also it's printed elsewhere. This is printed in China, so, and this is printed in India, I believe. But in terms of paper quality, like the GSM. I feel like the Great Adventure is the closest one, but don't take my word for that because some of my fingers are pretty callous. So, but anyways, also the color, as you guys will be able to see here. So the new Ignatius Study Bible is a lot more yellow, like creamy than this one, which is fairly white, right? That's a Great Adventure. And this is the New Testament version. Also, this one is a lot whiter than this one. I'm trying to film this like so you guys can see actually like the color will be very true. So I'm just using sunlight right now coming through the window, so I hope you guys can see. Anyways, so yeah, oh my gosh. I just can't believe how thick this Bible is. Which makes sense, right? Okay. So let me talk about the content now. All right. Okay, so in terms of content, everything in here, in terms of the notes from the New Testament books, is exactly the same as what is in the Old and New Testament study Bible. And so I'm going to be comparing basically this to this. And in terms of the Old Testament, unfortunately, I don't have the individual books that Ignatius Press published when it comes to the different Old Testament books. But I do have the ebook version of the Ignatius Catholic Study Bible Psalms. So that's what I'm going to compare it to. Okay? So, all right. I don't know. I hope this video makes sense. I'm not really good at, I've seen a lot of this Bible reviews, and let me just tell you, I don't think it's gonna be like that. I'm not very technical. So this opinion is basically just coming from someone who's like a regular lay person who just who really loves reading and studying the Bible. Okay, so here we go. This is the end page, which is pretty nice. I don't know, it's not the same paper as what's used on the actual Bible, so it's the end paper is a lot thicker with almost like let me see if I can do a close-up. It's almost like it's textured for sure, right? So almost leather like. Okay. All right. So I'll just show you guys the table of contents, which is here, and then I'm going to talk about like the comparison, I guess, to the individual book and to this. So first of all, the big difference, obviously, for me anyway, is the inclusion of essays that were not in the individual Psalms book and not in here. Okay, I hope you guys can see. Okay, so I think there are three essays. So the first one is The Catholic Church and Sacred Scripture by Jeffrey Morrow. Oh, I forgot to say, if you don't know, this new study Bible is edited by Curtis Mitch and Scott Hahn, who I feel like everyone probably knows. So, and the other essay is The Catholic Canon of Scripture by Matthew J. Thomas. And this one by Dr. Bergsma. Here, the overview of salvation history. So these three essays, I believe, that was the last one. Yeah, so those three essays are new to me because they're not in here. And they're also not in the individual Psalms book, which makes sense. But I don't know if those essays are in the other individual books like Genesis or Exodus, so because I don't have those. But this essay is here, like the introduction to the Ignatius Study Bible. Yeah, so I believe these are in all of the individual books and here in this New Testament study Bible as well. Okay, so now going into the individual book, it is basically what you would find in the individual book with what I have anyway, the Book of Psalms. Like I said, that's the only one I have. Everything, all the notes are the same. The introduction. Okay, I should have marked Book of Psalms first.
Okay, here we go.
So the introduction to the Psalms, as you guys will see there, I hope, is exactly the same as what's on the individual book. So all the notes, introduction to the Psalms, outline of the Book of Psalms, the book of the actual scripture itself, the word study section, and the topical essays. It is exactly the same as what I have on the individual book, but the only difference is that in the individual book, it does have the study questions, and this one does not. So I don't know if that's for all the individual Old Testament books, but that is the big difference. So here it basically ends with Psalms, like just the last verse, and then it goes on to Proverbs, right? Yes. Yeah, so you go here to Psalm 150, and then the notes here, and then you go to Proverbs after. So no questions. Okay. And okay, so now going into the New Testament.
Okay, so here we are, New Testament.
Okay. So look at the difference, right? That's crazy. But like I said, the paper is still pretty good. It's still a pretty good thickness, I think, you know, so it's not very thin. Like I think, let me see here. This one, the Catholic Study Bible, 3rd edition by Oxford. This paper I find is really thin, right? Compared to this. This one is still pretty, it's slightly thicker, I should say. Okay. All right. So here the New Testament starts off with the introduction to the Gospels, and it's exactly the same as what's in here. The only difference is that in this new study Bible, this is in double column, and in here it is in the single column, right? That's the only difference, but everything is exactly the same. And now going through the individual books, even how the layout is here, is done here. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. Right, so introduction to the gospel according to St. Matthew. Right, it is exactly the same. Even the last word, past, here, and also here. Oops, you can see my pants. Maybe you see it. Yeah, I'm on a small table, but yeah, so in terms of the New Testament, and oh my gosh, there, that's clear. It's exactly the same layout. It's exactly the same. So yes. Big difference between this one and this one is this one has the concise concordance at the back before the index, right? As you guys will see here, I marked it off. Yeah, concise concordance. And this one does not have that. It goes straight to the index, right? But the index here is more substantial than this here. Also, because after the concise concordance here, there's also the index here. And some of the contents are the same for the index, but obviously this one would have the index for the Old Testament as well. And this one's only for the New Testament. But the index for the parables and metaphors of Jesus and index of miracles of Jesus are also here. Oh my gosh, is it in frame? Okay. right? I will if I can find it, but yes, so it is here for sure because I was flipping through it yesterday. Yeah, okay, so index of parables, the metaphors of Jesus. It's here. Index of miracles of Jesus, and it's also here. And the doctrines as well. Index of doctrines are is it here as well? That I'm not actually sure. But this one has the God's mighty works, miracles and signs in the Old Testament, which obviously is not in the New Testament study Bible. And then the biblical historical timeline is also included here, which is not on the other one, on the old study Bible. And the biggest difference too in terms of the index is the liturgical year inclusion, the 3-year cycle readings for Sundays. And major celebrations are included here at the back, when it's not included in this one. Yeah, like it has everything here. All the 3 cycles, readings for major feasts of the year, weekly readings, yeah. And then after that you have the notes here, and then the maps. So all the maps in here are also in here, plus the Old Testament maps. So you get more maps, obviously, right? So but everything, like all the maps here are in here, and it's exactly like the same maps in terms of that. Like this one, Palestine in time of Jesus, and Jerusalem from David to Christ. So it's also here. Exactly the same map. Paul's journey as well is here, I believe. Yeah, Paul's journey. Paul's journey. So yeah. Let me see, what else should I talk about? I think that is about it in terms of comparing it to the contents. With, and oh my God, it's just so amazing to finally have my hands on this Bible. I feel like a lot of the Catholics, like we've all been waiting for this one for quite a while. So I'm really glad the store by us finally had it in stock. Actually, I think most of the stores here in Canada, the Catholic stores, actually, I think they all got it pretty much around the same time. And just for reference, I'm in Ontario, Canada, and this one is selling for 112 Canadian. So it is pretty steep. It's the most expensive Bible I have. So I don't know if I'm going to be marking this one. But yeah, so it is a lot more expensive than in the States because we had to, pay for shipping and stuff like that. Like, well, the stores, right? So I'm sure in the UK and everywhere else in the world, we all kind of have to pay more than what someone would pay in the States. But I think it's definitely worth every penny. And like I said, this is the leather version. The hardback, I believe, is coming to the stores around mid-December. That's what I was told. So yeah, anyways, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited to finally have this. I know, I feel like I've been talking to everyone about it, like anyone who would listen anyway. And I think that is it. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. And if you'd like, please subscribe as well. Thank you so much to everyone who's taken the time to comment and like and subscribe so far. I really do appreciate it. And God bless wherever you are. Bye.